You ever find it weird that you can remember some totally random, useless fact for years, but you can't for the life of you remember the password you just created yesterday? Yeah, why is that? Why do our brains cling to these bizarre little tidbits while the important stuff just vanishes? Well, let's dive into this because there's actually a fascinating and very scientific reason your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. In fact, you know what? I'm going to prove it to you right now. I'm about to hit you with three completely random facts, and I am willing to bet that by the time we're done here, you are absolutely going to remember them. Ready? Okay, first up. In France, if you go down the toilet paper aisle, you're going to see a whole lot of pink. Yeah, for various cultural reasons, it's just the most popular color they sell. Kind of weird, right? Next, try to get your head around this. For every single pound of human on this planet, scientists figure there are about 10 pounds of termites. 10. That is a truly mind-boggling amount of little wood-eating insects. And last one, this might keep you up at night. Bullfrogs never truly sleep. They can rest, for sure, but they never completely lose consciousness. Okay, so pink toilet paper, a world teeming with termites, and bullfrogs that never sleep. What just happened inside your head? Well, that little jolt of, you just felt, that was your brain's curiosity system firing up and hitting a very, very powerful save button. And this whole process is rooted deep in our neurochemistry. You see, scientists don't see curiosity as just some passing interest. They define it as a fundamental drive state for information. Think about that. It's a drive, just as powerful as hunger or thirst. But instead of craving food or water, your brain is craving knowledge. So here's the absolute key. When your curiosity gets piqued by something strange or unexpected, like, say, a sleepless bullfrog, your brain's reward system just lights up, and it releases one of the most powerful chemicals we have, dopamine. And this is exactly how that save button works. First, a surprising fact creates what scientists call a knowledge gap. Your brain goes, wait, I don't get that, and it wants to figure it out. That feeling activates your reward system, which then, boom, releases that dopamine. That dopamine rush is basically like a digital tag telling your brain, hey, pay attention, save this, this is good stuff. Now, the really amazing part is that we can actually watch this happening. These brain scans show that when you're super curious, two key areas just light up. The first is the brain's reward center. It's like the pleasure factory. And the second is the hippocampus. That's your memory hub. The reward center sends a direct message to the memory hub, basically shouting, hey, fire up the engines, make this memory extra strong. It's a straight line from, whoa, that's weird, to saved forever. But how do you actually prove this in a lab? I mean, it's one thing to have a theory, but it's another thing to measure it. The method researchers came up with was, well, it was just brilliant. They didn't use boring lists of words or trivia questions. Nope. They used magic tricks. And why? Well, think about it. A good magic trick is the ultimate curiosity machine. It shows you something that completely breaks your rules for how the world works, and it creates this intense desire to know the secret. And this shows the whole process perfectly. Researchers put people in an fMRI scanner and had them watch magic tricks. And what they found was incredible. The tricks that people rated as the most baffling, the ones that made them the most curious, were the exact same tricks that lit up those reward and memory circuits we were just talking about. And here's the kicker. Those were the exact tricks they were most likely to remember a week later. It's a direct, measurable link. Curiosity creates memory.
Okay, so this is all super fascinating brain science, right? But what's the actual takeaway? Why does understanding this biological save button even matter in our day-to-day lives?
Because this isn't just some quirky feature of how we're wired, it's a genuine superpower that you can actually harness. When you understand that curiosity literally primes your brain to learn, that becomes a powerful tool you can use anywhere. In a classroom, in a boardroom, or even just trying to learn a new skill on your own.
So when you start to really cultivate curiosity, you're not just having more fun, you're getting real, tangible results. It sparks innovation. It makes you a better problem solver. And that, in turn, boosts your motivation and engagement, which makes you way more productive and efficient at whatever it is you're doing. In the end, this drive is it's fundamental to who we are. As the historian Yuval Noah Harari says, sapiens did not forage only for food and materials. They foraged for knowledge as well. This relentless curiosity is what drove our species to explore, to invent, to build, and to understand everything around us. It's not just a quirk that helps you remember weird facts. It's the engine of all human progress. So the next time you find yourself wondering about something strange, lean into it. You're firing up the very system that makes us who we are.